7 meals and 1 dessert for a family of 4, including sensory and texture needs for under $50. Let's go. Hey everyone, here is our haul that we have. I got organized this week and I've pre-bought all the food ready to have for the week. So I'll go through everything with you guys. So first up, our fruit and vegetables. There's no fruit here. Broccoli for 99 cents. Sweet potato, this was 45 cents because it was 99 cents a kilo. Got a small one. Pumpkin, again, 99 cents a kilo, and this cost 66 cents with the weight. It's about 600 grams. Got this massive cauliflower for $2 because it's got some spots and stuff on it. So I'll cut those off. 2 bags of carrots because they were $1 each. And then I've picked up these corn kernels from Coles, $3.20. I'm so used to them being $2.70, so that did my head in and made me panic that I'd be over. This is going to have leftovers as well. For our meat, we've got these chicken tenders because they were $4 a pack. The chicken drumsticks, $6 a pack, and this will do 2 meals, one as the drumsticks and then one in like a pasta bake. We'll get to that later. The beef mince, again, it's 1 kilo, so this will do 2 meals and I can stretch it even more if I need. Chicken nuggets for my son because he probably won't eat the mince. I've got this lamb diced. I got that out of the freezer because I did buy that ready for this challenge. Got some diced tomatoes here and some tuna because we will do some tuna patties because I've got these potatoes marked down. We've got the penne for the pasta bake. We've got the spaghetti for the mince. Got these 2 for clearance, 70 cents each, so that will help with our meals. This one I'll divide into 2 for a pasta bake and maybe a cauliflower veggie bake. We'll just see how we're traveling. And then we have a kilo of Granny Smith apples here, and we have some cream. So again, we'll have some left over, but I've just purchased it as is. That was the only markdown cream I could get this week. So I thought, and the size that it is cheaper than the small 300 ml. So here is everything, and now let's get into some food prep. First night up, we have these chicken tenders, which I'm just going to bake in the oven. They're basically just a huge chicken nugget, so my son will happily eat those. And then we're just going to have some veggie on the side, so some carrots, corn, some homemade chips from potatoes, some cauliflower and broccoli. So my daughter and I are the only ones that eat the broccoli and cauliflower, so that will be able to stretch out for the week. And everyone likes potatoes, carrots and corn, so that's good. Serving up's always funny, just trying to make sure that everyone gets equal amount of chips. Otherwise, some people stand there looking at the plate that looks the best, deciding which to choose. So here it is. You can see my daughter's plate with all those green trees on there. I've just got the cauliflower. I'm not a real fan of broccoli. I will eat it if it's there, but sometimes I will save it more for her. And sometimes I cook too much, which... oh, don't we all? The same night that was cooking, I cooked the chicken drumsticks so I could have that prepped and out of the way, and then pulled all the meat off of the bone so then I can cook quicker during the week. But also, I think with it still really warm, I'm able to get all the little bits of chicken off, so I'm going to put that away for another meal. So the next night we cooked up the beef mince, and we're planning on doing a spaghetti bolognese and then a shepherd's pie. So I'm going to cook the base all together and then divide it, and then we'll have it ready. So putting in all of the tomatoes, and I'm cooking the spaghetti for the first night. I've used about 3/4 of this packet. Probably should have just cooked the whole amount and then invited half the neighborhood over for pasta dinner. I'm just cooking there on the side my son's carrots and corn because he will eat them separately. He doesn't like this minced meat, and he said he didn't want any chicken nuggets for tonight. So here's the base with everything here, and the 3 for my hubby, me, my daughter, and my son's spaghetti with the carrots and corn up there. So the next night we are having a potato bake. So I'm going to use a tablespoon of the cheese mix that's there with a cup of milk and I was just making it up on the fly. And I'm cutting all the sweet potato and pumpkin, so then I've got some of it prepped for another meal down the track, and then it saves it a lot better in the fridge. And we're having a little bit of roasted pumpkin with sweet potato for tonight's meal, as well as using half of the chicken that we had from the chicken drumsticks. And then my sons just had for dinner chicken nuggets, chips and veggies on the side. Okay, next night we're back to use up the other half of the pre-cooked Bolognese that we had here, ready to make a shepherd's pie, and just a little bit of entertainment while we're cooking dinner. And this is ultimately what it looks like. It doesn't look like much on the plate, but it was actually really filling, believe it or not. I actually gave my husband 2 massive serves of this because he doesn't like the veggies, and there was the carrot and corn inside of it. And my son's just had some mashed potato with chicken nuggets and his veggies on the side. And there's still enough for at least 3 more serves of the shepherd's pie. Doesn't look like a lot. So technically this under $50 range would actually stretch it to about 8 meals, if not 9. Right, for dessert, we're going to make an apple crumble. It is as simple as chopping up all of the apples. I put it into the jar, the container. I'm going to put it in the oven. I cover it with a little bit of cling film, and I just zap it in the microwave for 5 minutes. And then I take it out and it's softened. And then on top of that, I just put about 1/4 cup of flour, 1/4 cup of white sugar, a tablespoon of butter, margarine, whatever you want. I mix it all together till it's crumbly. I pour it all over on top. Sometimes I sprinkle a little bit of extra cinnamon through the apple, and sometimes I sprinkle a bit extra on top. Bake it in the oven for about 20 minutes and it's done. Add the cream. There is dessert. The next night we're cooking pasta for an army. We've got the leftover chicken and we're using the last of the cheese sauce divided into 2. So I'm going to make a little cauliflower and broccoli bake, and I'm also going to put some of that cheese sauce through this pasta meal with the chicken. So my son's just going to have the pasta plain on its own, so I had to cook that first with his chicken nuggets and carrots and corn. And then I've made a pasta bake type thing. It was a little bit runnier than I expected. I'm still experimenting in the kitchen. And yes, mixed the chicken through and it was quite well. My daughter enjoyed having the little broccoli and cauliflower bake there. So, of course, there's leftovers which will easily feed 2 people or half an army. So we could technically say that we've made an extra meal. Next up, we're going to be having the diced lamb to make a lamb casserole, adding in all the pre-chopped veggies from before, good time saver. Add in the lamb packet, mix it all through, and we just served that with some mashed potato on the side. Of course, there was some leftovers for this one as well for a good serve for 1 person. Could probably stretch it out to 2 if I added some extra mashed potatoes in. And my son's just had his chicken nuggets and chips again. So the last meal we have here is tuna patties or mock fish. That's what I was brought up with calling it. So just can of tuna, the rest of the potatoes and some corn. And it's basically just a massive hash brown. And my son loves this, so we cook this to just help get some good omega-3 into him. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this food challenge. 7 meals for under $50 with some leftovers, so could even stretch a bit more. If there's any other food challenges you'd like to see, let me know. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.